guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm showing you how to make a thank you card, which is more for a masculine version rather than just a standard thank you card. So I'm taking this SCRIPTY Thanks by FAWN. That is going to be my main focal point. So right now I'm just measuring out 1.5 inches down the card 3 times, so that way I get 4 different sections of my card. So I just wanted a geometric print, something that could be, it stands out but also not too much, and it's very muted. So this card is actually for my neighbor. The other week we couldn't get out the front door for some reason, so at the moment we've got a lot of kids going around tampering with front doors and stuff, and basically that's what's happened. Somebody's come to our house, played about with our door trying to get in, and our door dropped, and the mechanism inside the door has locked itself so we couldn't get out. So I had to message my neighbor and basically ask him if he could push it from the inside while we pulled it. We ended up having to get a crowbar to get into the house, but once we'd done that, we just bought a new door. It was easier. But I just wanted to give him a little thank you card, so yeah, I love how this card turned out. It's probably one of my favorites, and I might recreate this again a couple of times. So I did have one little issue at the end. So I die cut the thank you 3 times using black ink, and I couldn't work out whether or not I wanted to just leave it matte, glossy, or to add glitter to it. So I did make all 3, and I ended up going with the glossy one, but I might reuse the other 2 and create another card. So I'm taking Desert Sands right now. I'm using some HUNKYDORY low tack tape, and I've actually just purchased some HUNKYDORY masking paper. I didn't even know they did it, but I also have one from It Sticks to Anything. I haven't used them yet, so I'm going to do a product review for those and just see if they rip my card base, or they pull up any of my blended backgrounds or something, because that's happened before, which is why I try not to do too much ink blending, to be quite frank with you, because it just ruined cards for me. But yeah, so I will do a review on that at some point this year, when I've used them. But I just ordered that, so I'm just going backwards and forwards using my Spectrum No blender. Now I bought some cheap blending sponges, and honestly, you can definitely tell the difference between those and the originals. So I bought the Spectrum No blending sponges, and they are amazing. I highly recommend them. But the ones I actually purchased off a company called Craftilin, and they were from Ranger, so I was expecting them to be a really good product. Not the best, I have to admit. So I don't think I'll be purchasing them again. I'm gonna purchase the Spectrum No Sparkle ones. That way I don't have to worry about them being not that great of a quality. So I'm going to just peel up my tape and go on to the next color, which is grey flannel. And the last color I used was black. I was contemplating between Rich Cocoa and Tuxedo Black, but I ended up going with the black to tie it in with the sentiment that I used. But yeah, so I'll talk to you guys after I've done that, and I'll talk to you guys when I'm starting to do the embossing. So once I've done that, I'm using a double-sided tape, and I'm just gonna cut that down to size. So I found this is the quickest and simplest way to add some embossing powders, especially in a straight line, because I am very bad when it comes to that. So definitely using double-sided tape to make, straight lines with embossing powder is so easy. So I'm just going to trim those down, and then I'm going to add my anti-static powder to the card before I peel up my tape. And then I'm going to peel up the tape one by one. And I used Bright Gold Cosmic Shimmer embossing powder, and I just love how this turned out. So yeah, I'm just going to peel that back, as you can see, and you can't really see it because obviously it disappears into the background, but there you go. And I'm just going to peel up the last one. So this is before I've heat set it, obviously, and then I'll show you the after. So as you can see, that's just a piece of scrap card that I have, which I use for color combinations to see what it looks like, you know, my stenciling and all of that sort of stuff. So I just also got a list of like stamps and things that I might want to purchase in the future. So I have quite a lot of things wrote down on scrap paper everywhere in my room, which is kind of annoying because I need to put it into a binder or something so I don't lose them. But anyways, once I've done that, I'm just going to clean up my desk. So I have this little vacuum cleaner that I got off eBay. I have to say, I absolutely adore this thing. It's definitely helped keep my desk cleaner for longer. And especially when it comes to adding extended powder tool, and also glitter and embossing powders, it just helps so much. So I'm going to heat set that off screen, and then I'm bringing in Wow Clear Gloss embossing powder with my DOVECRAFT embossing ink, and that's the die cut that I used. So I have that in just the plain before I did this to it, and then I did 2 coats of the Wow embossing powder just because I wanted that like full on clear look, if that makes sense. So I really should have showed you how I heat set this. So I have a little poker tool, and basically I just put it in between the hole between the H, and then heat set it, and it wouldn't blow away. So that's definitely something I recommend. So I'm going to heat set this as well. So I brought in a stamp which is from Little Inkers, and I've just used one of the sentiments, and then I also just trimmed one as well so it could fit the sentiment that I actually wanted. So I did cut it, and I know a lot of people worry about doing that, and I'm one of those people, so don't even worry about it. Just make sure you have some really sharp scissors and make sure you cut what you need to be cutting. So this now says you always do the nicest things ever so much, and now obviously I'm going to add the thanks in between the two. So yeah, this is for, like I said, my neighbor, because he always volunteers to help us when we need help. And I think, you know, deep down, we don't really show him that much of appreciation. I mean, occasionally we'll get him a bottle of whiskey or something, but, you know, I just think we don't appreciate him as much as we should. Anyways, I'm bringing in some gold pearls by Special Touches just to finish this card and coordinate everything together. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what color combination you would make this card, and if you'd go and recreate this card, go and join the Recreational Card Club that's on Facebook, and make sure you tag me in it because I'd love to see what you come up with. Anyways guys, that is it for my video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like and subscribe, follow me on my Instagram, and yeah, I will see you in my next video. Stay safe and happy crafting.